Where is the highest toilet in the world? And I don't mean something in a bathroom in an airplane that's up in the sky or something on like the International Space Station. I mean a proper toilet connected to the ground. Where's the highest one you could go in? And it's interesting because there's actually two different answers. Hi there, and welcome back to Architecture with Wyatt, the YouTube channel all about architecture. And I'm your host, Wyatt. Now today's video is obviously quite a bit different than the normal presentations I give, and it's a little bit silly. But as you know, life is challenging and the world can be a scary place. And so every once in a while, I think it's important that we have some lighthearted fun, not take things too seriously, and just be a little goofy. So that's what we're doing with this video. In our quest to find the highest toilet in the world, a natural place to start is to find the highest toilets from within a building. Think of a massive skyscraper, and if there was a bathroom on the top floor, that toilet would be pretty high up there. However, not all building heights are created equal. See, some buildings have decorative or functional equipment on top that may increase the building's overall height, but wouldn't have actual usable space for humans and therefore would not have a bathroom. For example, it might be a spire, an antenna, a crown, some sort of decorative top to a building. So what we're going to look at is highest occupied floor, which is just a fancy way of saying how high in a building can people actually go. The good news is that the tallest, highest occupied floor is also located in the world's tallest building, so our search was very short. So I'm going to need you to head on over to Dubai, United Arab Emirates. Welcome to Dubai. And let me introduce to you the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building and tallest man-made structure ever built. It stands a ridiculous 2,717 feet or 828 meters in height. This tower was completed in 2010. Now, this tower has 163 above ground floors. However, the very top floors of this structure are dedicated to mechanical and broadcasting equipment, so we will not find a bathroom there. However, levels 152, 153, and 154 is something known as the lounge. Now, the lounge is advertised on the Burj Khalifa's website as being the highest lounge in the world, and it's located above the other observation decks in the tower. It is also only accessible by the purchase of a premium ticket. However, on the top floor of the lounge, level 154, there is a bathroom. So, we're doing great. Good job, everybody. We're figuring this out fast. Located 1,921 feet or about 585 meters in height, once again, it is marketed as the highest lounge in the world. Now, these bathrooms also offer magnificent views of the surrounding city, with floor-to-ceiling glass windows. For copyright purposes, I can't show you an image of the actual restroom, but they do look pretty cool. So if you want to use the highest toilet in the world within a building, then you need to head over to Dubai. But as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, there's actually two different answers to this question. See, Dubai sits at sea level, which means that a random McDonald's bathroom in Denver has a toilet that is over twice as high in altitude than the tallest floor in the Burj Khalifa. So if we want to find the highest toilet in the world by altitude or height above sea level, then we need to leave the deserts of Dubai far behind and go to a place that is much, much colder. Welcome to the Himalayas, and more specifically, welcome to Mount Everest, the highest point on our planet. Located on the border of Nepal and China, Mount Everest is the highest mountain peak in the world. And remember how impressive it was when I told you that the Burj Khalifa, the tallest man-made structure ever built, stood over 2,700 feet or over 800 meters in height? Well, it's pretty puny compared to Mount Everest. Mount Everest stands over 29,000 feet or over 8,800 meters in height. Now, climbers of Mount Everest do need to carry out all human waste as to not impact the fragile mountain ecosystem that is there. Now, as climbers summit from the southeast portion of the mountain on the Nepal side of the border, they will pass through something called South Col, which is camp number 4 on the ascent to the summit. Basically the last major resting spot before the final push to the top. And at South Col, there are eco-toilets that are operated by the Nepal Mountaineering Association. And these toilets are located at 25,938 feet or 7,906 meters above sea level, making them the highest toilets in the world by altitude. So there you have it. If you want to use the highest toilet in the world within a building, then you need to head over to Dubai and go to the Burj Khalifa. But if you want to use the highest toilet by altitude, well, then you're going to have to climb almost all the way to the top of Mount Everest. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. Obviously, this is a short, kind of silly video we put together, but we have more architecture videos coming out very soon. Thanks again.